How I became claustrophobic. So for those of you that don't know what claustrophobic is, it means the fear of being in an enclosed space or confined space. Let's give an example of you being locked in a closet, a very small closet, a very small closet. Or maybe somebody, God forbid, locks you in a coffin, right? And they bury you. That's one of my fears. Yeah, so how I became claustrophobic, it was when I was in grade 1. Yep, I can remember. Grade 1, guys. I was in grade 1. So I don't really remember what happened, but all I remember is there was something in our classroom. I don't know if it was something or someone, I have no idea. I don't remember. There was something or someone in our classroom which everybody saw except me. I don't really know what I was doing, honestly. Right. And they started running out of the classroom, right? And I didn't know what was happening, but usually when you see someone running, especially for us black people, because I usually see those memes like a black person is running and another black person is like, I'm just gonna follow you even though I don't know what's happening, and they start running as well, and they ask you like, what's going on, and you actually maybe even find that this person was just jogging. That's fine. I saw my classmates running out of the classroom. There was no teacher at the time, and I just followed, like I didn't know what was happening. So whilst running, I lost my step and I fell down. I was on the ground, down on the ground, trying to get up, but I couldn't because my classmates were actually stepping on me, like trying to get out of the classroom. So they were stepping on me, passing on my body, my small body. So whilst that was happening, I started running out of the air. And as young as I was, I told myself, this is it, I'm dead, like I'm just dead. And I just lost strength and I couldn't like push myself up like, yo, get up and run. I just laid down there on the ground and everyone was just passing on me and running. And I was just like, okay, this is it for me. This is it, cat. Like you're gone, cat, even though you got 9 lives, but you're gone. No, cat is just my nickname. I used to like Cat Deluna a long time ago. I really thought she was amazing. Cat Deluna. She was beautiful. She's still alive, right? She's beautiful. She had a good singing voice and she could dance. And she just used to release bangers. So that's where I got the cat from. I was like, Cat Deluna. So like she's cool, she's amazing. So that's where the cat comes from. Okay. K-A-T though, not C-A-T, because I kept on saying 9 lives. It's although if you are a Cat De Luna fan or used to be a Cat De Luna fan, she used to say she had 9 lives. Maybe it's because of her name Cat. Although her full name should be Katarina or Catherine something. I forgot. Back to the story. Everybody was just stepping on me and finding their way out. And then surprisingly after some time I just found that, oh, I'm not dead actually. when everybody cleared, I was still on the floor and I was alive. And I was like, oh, so I'm not dead actually. And I got up and I ran. I don't even remember what was in the classroom, honestly speaking, but that's how I survived. Usually, especially my partner, like the other fear that I have is the fear of heights. And each time we're crossing on a bridge, a flyover bridge, my partner always thinks I'm exaggerating. For those of you that think people exaggerate when they have a fear of something, and this is what I told my partner the other day, I was like, because I was a little bit irritated, I was like, if you think I really do exaggerate this fear, I hope one day, okay, anyways, God forbid it will be like a very bad fear for him. I was like, I hope one day you're gonna develop a fear and then you get to understand like why people have fears. That's what I told him. So for those of you that think people exaggerate when they tell you, like, I have a fear of this, and you're like, why would you have a fear of that? It's real. So I have a fear of heights as well. And me having this fear of being in enclosed places and all that, what actually happens to me is I actually lose my breath. And I came to discover, I think this fear came from the time when I'll actually call it a stampede. That was a stampede, guys, because I feel like I survived because the people that were stepping on me were small people like me at the time. But if we were like adults, I feel like I would have died. Like all that weight on me. So thank God I didn't die anyway. Yeah, so I feel like this phobia of being claustrophobic, I feel like it came from the same incident, that mini stampede. I'll call it a mini stampede. Yeah, so what actually happens to me is, actually, if I'm in a confined place, as long as there's light, I'm all good. Sometimes, yeah, I do lose my breath just a little bit. But if this confined place is really, really small and there's no light, it really turns out bad for me. Like I lose my breath and I actually think I'm about to die. So I don't sleep in the dark. When it's time to sleep in the bedroom, it shouldn't be completely dark, because I end up thinking I'm in a confined place and I actually lose my breath. And for those, I don't know how I can put it, but for people who shared a bed with me, when the room is completely dark, I would always wake up, like when somebody wakes up when they're having a nightmare, like that's how I would wake up. Like I would wake up and I would start rushing to open the window. That's what usually used to happen. So I don't sleep in a dark room. If the lights are off, at least there should be some sort of light, maybe like coming from the outside light, or from the light in the passage or something like that. Otherwise your girl loses her breath and she thinks she's about to die. And when I got older, I told myself, I think I got this from that mini stampede. This is where the fear comes from. So I don't sleep in dark rooms. Please comment, subscribe if you haven't, share so that other people can watch as well and learn from these mini stories. And also share in the comment section like what your phobia is and how you think you developed it. Like how did it just start? Because I feel like these fears that we have just don't start from nowhere. It starts from somewhere. Like maybe something happened to you, then you develop that fear. Thank you for watching.